You want to know how I got this $1,000 Funko Pop for only 300 bucks? Stay tuned for the rest of the video.
This is going to be very entertaining.
How's it going, my dudes and dudettes? Welcome back to the channel, DudeMeeps. My name is Logan, and today we're going to be going over a cool topic on how you can find your grails and your Funko Pops for a really good deal before they go up in value. If you are new to the channel and you enjoy all things Funko Pops, designer toys, and collectibles, well, I do a video every Monday and Friday, all things unboxings, reviews, tips, advice, news leaks, and videos like this. So if you enjoy that kind of content, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and make sure you turn on that notification bell because YouTube tends to turn it off sometimes. So many of us collectors love to get our grails, some of our favorite Funko Pops, but sometimes they can be a little too pricey and cost upwards of hundreds of dollars sometimes, and at times they seem to spike for no apparent reason. So I'm going to tell you the best way to know when you can get your Funko Pop for a good deal before it skyrockets. So one method I use a lot, that I've been using since 2018 and when I started collecting, it hasn't been a long time, but it's something that has worked for me so well, is knowing when a pop will go up in value and the factors or indicators that can point towards when a pop will either go up in value or really just stay the same. Okay, so we're going to start off with a big one right here, and we'll go around to smaller values of Funko Pops as well, but this was the one I used the method on first, I would say. This was about a $300 pop at the time when I bought it, and of course that's no number just to scoff at, that's a lot of money. But I knew if I didn't get that pop at that moment, it was going to go way up in value, and my theory has proven true. It's about $1,000 for this Funko Pop in recent sales, and I'll tell you why I got this such a good deal at the time and why I knew it was going to go up in value. Now this pop was on my list for a while. I knew I wanted it, but I just didn't know if I should continue to wait to see if the price goes down, or maybe if I wait too long the price is going to go up. But at the time, there was a new Star Wars movie coming out. I believe it was The Force Awakens. And I took that into my head. It was about 4 months out until I bought this Funko Pop. And I said to myself, I should probably buy this Pop now for $300, even though that's a big price point to pay for a Funko Pop. I know it's rare, it's very exclusive, but the thing is, this new movie is going to create a lot of hype. That's a thing that plays into the price and the value of Pops going up is hype. And when a Star Wars franchise, I mean, one of the biggest franchises in the world is getting a new movie, The Force Awakens, something that we hadn't seen in years before the last movie that played before it, I knew this was going to create hype around existing Funko Pops, a part of the Star Wars line. Not every Funko Pop is going to go up in value for every Star Wars character, but Pops like this that are a bit more limited, that are a bit more exclusive, stuff that's more iconic like a Darth Vader, those Pops were going to take a spike up in value, and I knew that, you know what, I should probably buy it now opposed to waiting, because if I wait, the Pop's probably going to go up in value because more people, more of these fans are going to go want and get their favorite Star Wars pieces. I know, not everyone's going to have 300 bucks to go spend on a grail. So I'm gonna bring it down a notch to something a bit more affordable, something that you guys may have in your collection. This is the Naruto Hokage glow-in-the-dark chase for AAA anime exclusive. It's fairly new, came out in 2020, had a couple restocks, nothing crazy, but it's been maintaining a good value around 125, maybe even 150 bucks at some times. And the reason why it's doing so good, and spoiler warning, if you guys are watching Naruto Shippuden, or the new Boruto series out right now, I'm telling you, skip this if you do not want to know what happens to a certain character. Skip to this timestamp right here if you want to avoid any warnings of spoilers. So unfortunately, this character had died in the manga. He's been a character since the original Naruto series, and he has died in the Boruto manga series. So what's going to happen is that he's most likely going to have a death in the actual anime, in the show. And of course, a lot of people caught wind of the death of this character, so the price has gone up tremendously, upwards around $300 to $350 at some times. And the reason why this Hokage is doing so well is because the reason he died is this character used an ability that had to take the life of this character, unfortunately. So this kind of plays in, kind of a duo in a way of how this all occurred and why the value is doing so well. But that's another reason I want to bring into you about TV shows that have really big moments that cause spikes in value for Funko Pops. So one thing you need to look out for in shows or animes is certain characters having big iconic moments or even scenes where they could die, their whole role just changes in the whole show, and it could really drastically change the value of that Funko Pop that the character was made for. So for you My Hero Academia fans, you guys know there are some Funko Pops out there from that line that are doing very well in value. They're going to be upwards of $300+ at a time for some of these Funko Pops, and the reason is because a lot what happens in the show. So for you My Hero Academia fans, you guys know that there's a lot of Pops a part of that line that are doing very well because of the show is really just a popular anime at the moment, and it has a lot of hype with it. Currently, one of the most popular Funko Pops from My Hero Academia is the Nejire Pop. She is an Emerald City Comic Con Comic-Con exclusive that recently just came out, and she's doing very well, not just because she's a My Hero Academia pop, but because of the character itself. Comes from a trio, the Big Three, part of the school's most successful, most top-performing students there, really popular students, and that is a character a lot of people like and love. So her character is going to get a lot of hype towards her pop. Therefore, the value is going to go up for that. And on top of that, the newest season of My Hero Academia just came out. So a lot of people are going to start getting into the show, they're going to start wanting pops from it, they're going to start going after their favorite characters like Nezire, who's very popular. Now it is a bit late getting to the My Hero Academia line because a lot of people are super hyped up about it, about the new season, so people are going to start selling their pops knowing people want to go secure these My Hero Academia pops. But the example for that is, if you know there's a popular anime out there that has pops already made and you want to get some of the higher end pieces, but you don't know if you should wait or not, well, there could be a new season coming around the corner, and it's better to get the pops you want before the new season hits, because that's when a lot of hype is going to hit. And we can take an example from Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan The Attack on Titan anime had a lot of hype coming in for its most recent season because they even announced it as the finale, even though they just ended and say there's going to be a part 2. But the point of the matter is, they had Funko Pops for Attack on Titan out for a few years already. And a lot of them were shelf warmers, but because they announced a season finale, that created so much hype and a storm for demand of these Funko Pops that people are spending crazy grail prices for these Funko Pops. So the best option is, if you know you love an anime or a show that you really like to watch, and you want some of the Funko Pops out of it, and you're just like, oh, maybe I'll wait on it. Well, be sure not to wait too long. Don't wait for a new season to come around the corner, because that could create a lot of hype and storm for those Funko Pops, and the value that you thought you were going to pay for at a decent price is going to skyrocket up even higher. And a final example for some of the shows or anime you guys want pops from that could potentially go up in value, let's take a look at this Hollow Ichigo from the anime Bleach. This is a very sought after, very popular Funko Pop. It's pretty good value on it, around $200+. And the reason why he's gone up so well in value is because the anticipation for the continuation of the Bleach anime. Now, if you guys are unaware, the show for this was actually canceled around 2012, 2013. There was really an improper conclusion, and so a lot of people are saying, when is it going to come back? Well, they have announced a new arc series to continue this anime coming into the later part of this year. Then again, that could get pushed back, but they already have plans to restart this anime, so to speak. Now, the reason that's such a big deal is because that means it's going to draw a lot of attention for people to want to get the existing Bleach pops that are out there. There's several pops out there that are worth a good chunk of change, part of the Bleach anime line. This is probably one of the top dogs a part of it, but they could even potentially make new Funko Pops for the Bleach anime. So one thing is, if you know you want to get one of these pops from the Bleach anime line, it's better to get it now opposed to waiting maybe a couple months out from the official reveal of the new series that they're going to put out, maybe the new arc series that they're going to put out. It's better not to wait then and do it now, because you could probably be paying a lot more money then if you're not buying it now. Now, if you guys are big movie buffs and you enjoy a lot of the characters that come from movies and new releases of movies that are going to be coming out, well, pay attention to that, because Funko Pops like this John Wick chase could spike up in value for that exact reason of new movie announcements. Now, the John Wick franchise is on its 3rd installment currently, and they already have plans for a 4th and even 5th movie of John Wick. And the reason I say this is such a big indicator of why a pop could go up in value like this one, this is probably the most valuable pop out of the John Wick line, and he's sitting around $65, $70, nothing crazy. But the thing is, when the new movie is being announced, that kind of creates a little bit of hype, like, oh my gosh, let me go get my John Wick chase before it goes up. People think that right away. And when the movie is maybe months away and you've seen the trailer, people are going to go want and get the already existing Chase Edition or other Funko Pops out there, which is going to cause demand, and the value is going to go up. And another way this method also applies to is characters from certain brands or franchises like Funko. And of course, the Freddy Funko is the iconic character that represents the Funko company, and this character has plenty and plenty of variations of different Funko Pops. But the reason I'm showing these two is because originally I bought these two for around $30, $40 at the time. And it's crazy because this one is limited to 5,000 pieces. It was a holographic Freddy Funko, part of the Fun Days event back in 2017. You can just see on the back a little graphic right there as well. Also speaking on is the Gamma Ray Green glow-in-the-dark Freddy Funko, a Funko Shop exclusive limited to 5,000 pieces. It has a pretty neat design, nothing crazy, nothing weird or not right. It looks pretty good, and the glow-in-the-dark is actually a really nice touch on it too. I like it. It's pretty similar to this as well, nothing crazy, it just looks good. But the thing was, it was only going for around $40. And the reason I say these two are such a steal at the time is because you have to understand, Freddy Funko is the mascot of Funko. It's a big iconic character for a lot of Funko collectors. You might see a lot of these other Freddy Funko Pops out there that do pretty well in value because they can be more limited, they can be more rare, they're pretty unique, and they have some pretty cool variants on them as well. But on top of Freddy Funko's being pretty sought after, these are both limited to a certain amount of pieces, both 5,000 pieces matter of fact, and they glow in the dark, which is a very popular variant among Funko collectors. And I really knew it was just a matter of time until these accrued value like they did, going from $30, $40 to over $100+ just for one of these two. Another thing to keep your eye out for is Funko Pops that might be commons, that might be some $15 pops that are on your list, but you just don't feel like going out and buying them because you see how cheap it is, and it's okay to wait on them because they're not really going to go up in value anytime soon. But the thing is with Funko, if they see that a lot of Funko Pops are sitting on shelves, they're not selling, they're essentially dust collectors, well, what they'll do is they'll cease production of those pops because obviously they're not going to keep producing if no one's buying them. And when they cease production, they vault it. And of course, every time when we see a Funko Pop get vaulted, people jump on it really quickly because they think it's going to be more limited now, it's going to be harder to find, and that creates a lot of hype and storm for people trying to sell them for a lot of money now, when initially it was $15 and now maybe it's $60, maybe it can even go up to $100. We've seen that with some One Piece pops, we've seen that with some of the Attack on Titan pops, we've seen that with some other anime pops I forgot the name of, but there's a lot of pops that can go up in value in a crazy amount just because it gets vaulted, and it was recently maybe only $15 initially just because it was common and it wasn't vaulted. So if you do have a pop on your list that is a common and you don't feel like buying it anytime soon, don't wait too long because Funko could vault it and you might have to pay an extra chunk of change just because you waited too long because of the vaulting process. And the last piece of information I kind of want to leave off on is the sport line. You know, I don't really collect any of the sport line, but I do know there are some Funko Pop people out there who have some tremendous value because of the actual success they've had in their respective sport. An example I'll use is Tom Brady, and if you guys don't know who that is, he's one of the most successful quarterbacks to ever be in the NFL, and he is currently, I believe if I'm not mistaken, the oldest player to be in the NFL actively. And the reason that's such a big factor is the fact that he's most likely going to retire very soon. And if you guys have seen, there's plenty of Funko Pops of him already out there that are already vaulted and that are hitting over $100+ already. But the thing is, he's most likely going to retire very soon. So the thing is to keep an eye out for Funko Pops you want maybe that are like Tom Brady or other athletes that could potentially retire very soon and discontinue really any continuation of a Funko Pop resembling that person because they're no longer playing any other sports. Well everyone, I hope this video was helpful in giving you some tips on what to look out for before a Funko Pop may skyrocket in price that you may want in your collection. So if you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and if you want to, go ahead and click the notification bell so you'll always be notified when I upload a new video. And as always, my dudes and dudettes, enjoy what you collect, let other people enjoy what they collect, and remember, always have fun with it. See ya!